Imagination Studio presents SpongeBob SquarePants, Chapter Book 5, SpongeBob Super Star, by Annie Auerbach. Read for you by Mr. Lawrence. Chapter 1. "Hey, Patrick!" SpongeBob SquarePants called. "Come look at this!" Patrick took another lick of his ice cream cone. "What is it?" he asked, and made his way to his best friend. "I picked this up at the Krusty Krab as I was leaving," SpongeBob explained, and handed Patrick a flyer. Patrick took the flyer and began to read. "Do you want to be a rich and famous star? Do you dream of making it big in celebrity? Well, here's your chance. Seeking the underwater world's biggest daredevil for a TV special. Auditions tomorrow, 10 a.m. at the Krusty Krab. BYOS. Bring your own stunt." "A daredevil TV show?" exclaimed SpongeBob. "Do you know what this means?" Must-see TV?" guessed Patrick. SpongeBob grinned and replied, "Well, of course, but it also means we can show off our stunts. We could become famous." "But we don't have any stunts," said Patrick. "Sure we do," SpongeBob declared. "We just haven't thought of them yet." I can... What can I do?" Patrick wondered. SpongeBob thought for a moment. He looked at the melting ice cream in Patrick's hand. "You can do something with ice cream," he told Patrick. "But how is that a daredevil stunt?" Patrick asked. I know. What about the most number of licks it takes to finish an ice cream cone?" SpongeBob suggested with a smile. "Yeah!" cheered Patrick. "I'm a daredevil!" "Well, I'd better go think of a stunt to practice," SpongeBob said. "I'll see you tomorrow." "See you then," Patrick called. "I'd better practice too." He began to lick and count. 1, 2, 3. SpongeBob went home. After he fed Gary, he took a bath and heated up a leftover Krabby Patty for dinner. "Ooh!" he said, looking at the TV listings while he ate. "There's a Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy marathon on tonight." Then he remembered he was going to practice a stunt for tomorrow's Daredevil auditions. "Well, I'll just watch 1 or 2 episodes, and then I'll practice." Chapter 2. The next thing SpongeBob knew, light was streaming in through the window. He yawned and rubbed his eyes. It's morning already?" he wondered aloud. He saw that the television was still on. A newscaster was reciting the traffic report. "And expect big delays between Coral Boulevard and Anchor Way. Auditions for the world's biggest daredevil started at 10 o'clock. It seems that everyone in Bikini Bottom is there. Good luck. This is Don Shell reporting." "Ah!" SpongeBob screamed and sprang up from the chair. He looked at the clock. "Oh no, it's already 11:30. I'm late." He dove into his square pants and ran out the door. By the time SpongeBob made it to the Krusty Krab, there was a line that seemed to stretch for miles. There were wannabe daredevils with all sorts of vehicles, gizmos, and gadgets, from inflatable water skis that fit an octopus's 8 legs to a pair of stilts made from giant kelp. "Oh no, I didn't bring anything," SpongeBob cried. He squeezed his way through, shouting, "Krusty Krab employee coming through!" He made it inside the Krusty Krab just in time to see Squidward's audition. "I will be performing my favorite piece, Solitude in E minor," Squidward announced and began to play his cherished clarinet. A slimy, stocky fish sitting in a director's chair interrupted him. Hey, excuse me," he said. "Would you tell me how this is a stunt?" Squidward was instantly offended. "Well, if you must know, it's not actually a stunt," Squidward confessed. "I figured once you heard my brilliant playing, you'd want to make a TV special around me." "Next!" the director called in a gruff voice, his sharp teeth showing. "You obviously don't know good talent when you see it," Squidward replied. "Well, if you get any, let me know," replied the director. Everyone laughed as Squidward slunk away. SpongeBob put his name on the sign-up sheet and then spotted Patrick. "I came by your house this morning," Patrick said, "but there was no answer." Yeah, I overslept, SpongeBob explained. Patrick Star? An assistant called out. SpongeBob gave his buddy a thumbs-up sign. Patrick grinned. So, what stunt are you gonna do? The director asked Patrick. I forgot, Patrick replied nervously. He looked over and saw SpongeBob, who was making funny faces with his tongue. Patrick started to giggle. Then he understood what SpongeBob was doing. He looked down at the ice cream cone in his hand and said, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do an ice cream stunt." "Oh boy, this should be good," the director said sarcastically. "I will attempt the most number of licks it takes to eat this ice cream cone," explained Patrick. 1, 2, bloop. 2 licks? What happened? Asked the director. Oops, I guess I was hungry, Patrick admitted. Well, you'll have plenty of time to eat ice cream, because you won't be on this TV special, the director told him. He looked at his watch. Everyone take 5. SpongeBob walked over to Patrick. Don't worry about it, he said. If I get picked and become rich and famous, I promise I'll buy you as much ice cream as you want. Thanks, Patrick replied. Just then, SpongeBob saw his pal Sandy. Howdy, SpongeBob, Sandy said. Where you been? SpongeBob tried to cover and explained. I overslept because I was up all night perfecting my stunt. Really? Replied Sandy. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, said SpongeBob. It should be, interesting. Hey, did you already audition? Sure did, Sandy said. I did my best karate tricks. The director really liked me. He said I could be a guest star in the TV special. Way to go, Sandy, SpongeBob told her. The director is still looking for the star, though, Sandy explained. So you still have a shot. Great, said SpongeBob. But he knew he'd have to think up a magnificent stunt pretty quickly. Excuse me, Sandy, I should, go prepare. Break a leg, said Sandy. SpongeBob looked worried. It means good luck, Sandy explained with a laugh. SpongeBob headed straight for the kitchen. He had to think of a stunt immediately. Hi, Mr. Krabs, he said to his boss. Well, ahoy there, me boy, said Mr. Krabs. You're not auditioning, are you? SpongeBob asked him. Mr. Krabs laughed. Oh, no, he said. I made a deal with the director to use the Krusty Krab for auditions. And what do you get in exchange? Asked SpongeBob. Mr. Krabs pulled out a wheelbarrow of cash. All of this, he said excitedly. I just love those celebrity C-types. Mr. Krabs, I need a favor, said SpongeBob. Sure, SpongeBob, what is it? Asked Mr. Krabs, counting his money. My stunt involves a spatula, SpongeBob explained, quickly looking around. And Krabby Patties. Can I use the kitchen? Please, please? Mr. Krabs wasn't really listening to SpongeBob. Sure, SpongeBob. $78, $79. SpongeBob grinned. Just then he heard his name being called. He raced out of the kitchen. Chapter 3 SpongeBob SquarePants? An assistant called out again. That's me, said a cheerful SpongeBob. What stunt are you going to perform? The assistant asked. Follow me into the kitchen, SpongeBob said and led the way. The director looked around at his crew. They were used to directing others not being directed. Then he grimaced and said, This better be good. Once in the kitchen, SpongeBob did his best to make his stunt sound daring and inventive. He announced, I'm about to perform a stunt never attempted right before your eyes. Deep down, SpongeBob knew that was really true, since he hadn't prepared anything. I shall attempt to make 300 Krabby Patties in a row. How is that a stunt? Someone yelled. Boo! Hollered someone else. SpongeBob noticed the director getting impatient. You didn't let me finish, he said quickly. I will perform this daring stunt blindfolded over a hot grill and with one hand tied behind my back. My patty flipping hand. Ooh. The
sample complete. Ready to continue?